Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
The holidays do bring a lot of joy and there's a lot of celebrations.
The influx of family that comes to visit can be a little overwhelming.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes scrolling can lead to stress or even feelings of inadequacy. And it helps me understand why I am the way I am. Our pets bring a lot of happiness into our lives. One of my recommendations is to rest and recharge.
Honestly, it makes them so happy.
Welcome to Valley Vibes, your show about the Imperial Valley's culture, arts, and happenings from a youth perspective. I'm Dr. Tom Tackey, the creator and executive producer of Valley Vibes. In today's episode, we have a couple of topics that we're going to cover for you. First, we will be talking with two mental health specialists assigned to Central Union High School. They will be sharing some ideas and tips on how to deal with the stress of the holidays. Following them will be a trio of Spartan Sound Production students sharing their holiday music choices from the holiday music created by Spartan Sound Production students. Let's get started. So today we have a really kind of special show. We have a couple of our mental health specialists from Imperial County Office of Education that are assigned to Central Union High School and work with our students on all sorts of mental health and wellness issues. And today we kind of want to talk about, the holidays, stress, practicing good mental health, all of that. So I think that's going to be a really great show. So would you two introduce yourselves, please?
Hi, my name is Carolina Gonzalez, and as Dr. Tackey mentioned, I'm one of the mental health specialists here at Central Union High School.
And I'm Cassandra Costant. I am also one of the mental health specialists here at Central High School.
Great. So I would imagine that the holidays bring lots of students in to confer with you a bit. Wouldn't just with holidays, with the end of the semester, and all the other issues. So does your kind of your caseload as such increase this time of the year?
I think finals tends to be one of the big stressors, but I think also the influx of family that comes to visit can be a little overwhelming.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, even for myself, and I don't know about you, Carolina, but it can be a lot, and you're preparing meals, and there's different family dynamics, and we have a lot of students with from all walks of life, and their family is the same. So that
exactly.
Can be one of those things.
I would agree with Cassie that right now the students are stressed with finals. And I don't know, my caseload right now is pretty balanced. Mm-hmm. Cassie, how's yours?
Yeah, I would say so. Mine's pretty balanced, but I have students. I had students come in yesterday stressing about finals next week and how they're going to juggle that.
So we've been prioritizing how they can manage that stress and also which assignments they need to complete. We don't tell them which ones, but how to prioritize, how to study, and all the other extracurricular activities that they have going on top of planning for the holidays, for the breaks. Some students that we see on a weekly basis, we help them out and they start kind of panicking. What are they going to do for 2 weeks without seeing us? So we do make sure that we provide them with skills for them to practice during these next 2 weeks. That can be overwhelming and stressful. But, the holidays do bring a lot of joy and there's a lot of celebrations. So I would say it's a mix.
Yeah, sure, it would be. It'd be, that there is that excitement of the Christmas holiday, the New Year, new beginnings, what have you. But certainly, I can totally relate. I know that typically I'm just so wiped out by the end of the semester that I've made the mistake of scheduling travel like the day after we get done in the past. And it's like, oh, that was so stupid of me to do that because I'm just wiped out and just need a couple days to kind of decompress and then again kind of go into the holiday. But so what are some great strategies or things that our students can do to kind of cope with this?
So one of my recommendations is to rest and recharge. I know a lot of our students, especially because they're young, right? They like to be on the phone, they like to stay up, but I like to emphasize that it is very important to get enough sleep. When we don't get enough sleep, it does affect our mood throughout the day, right? We may be a little bit more irritable or snappy, and then that kind of starts affecting our relationships and our friendships. So resting, getting enough sleep, or sometimes just hanging out with friends. You don't necessarily have to go out. You can just stay home, cuddle, get some warm blankets, hot coffee, and watch movies. That's restful, right? It's good for you and for your soul. One way to also make sure that you prioritize yourself is setting those boundaries with people, with your family, with your friends. It's okay to say no if you don't feel like doing something with friends or family. Respectfully, right? Say no respectfully. I know sometimes, I just want to clarify that. Yeah. Or maybe not using those words like no, but there's different ways that you can practice
Go
saying
away.
no. Yeah. Go away is not a respectful way. But just, communicating with your parents like, hey, mom, dad, today I'm not feeling too good. I kind of want to rest. Do you mind if I stay in instead of going to the stores with you or instead of going to aunt's house or, whatever else? It's the way we communicate, right? And saying no in a respectful way is a good way to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, I think also with the resting, I think a lot of people emphasize managing stress with like exercise, but I think just taking like even a nice walk down the block and back is super helpful. It doesn't have to be something that's timed. It's more of like that mindfulness. I'm sure like you've heard this word. It's a buzzword in the therapy world, right? But it really just means like being in the moment and just focusing on ourselves and not thinking about anything else like the future. The breaks are a great way to start new, right? You mentioned the new year, new possibilities, and being able to do that on a break, I think, is really important. Not the school year, but like the semester's ended, so now we can start fresh. And we use the break to help us do that, I think.
I do want to add on the walking, right? We do emphasize a lot that our physical health is connected to our mental health. So by going on a simple walk, whether it's around your block or even to Buckland Park, you're targeting both your physical and your mental health. But also maybe even walking with a friend or a loved one, a family member, our grandparents, or even our pets. Our pets bring a lot of happiness into our life. So if you're walking with your pet, you're hitting a lot of marks by doing that.
Sure.
You're targeting your physical, your mental, you're connecting with your pet's happy. And adding to also connecting not just with your pets, but with your loved ones, with your friends, with your family members, spending time with us. I know I did say earlier that we can say no respectfully, but not no all the time. We do want to stay connected, preferably in person and not through social media. Right.
I'm sure that there's a lot of students that probably try to isolate during these times as well. And, that's your alone time is important, certainly, but at some point it becomes unhealthy, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes, which is why I mentioned that spending time with others is important, right? Especially during these times. Sometimes the holidays reminds us of loved ones who have passed away, and it could be difficult for us. And like you mentioned, Dr. Taki, spending time alone is okay, but at the end of the day, connecting with others, hugging, talking, listening, or even crying with someone, you don't have to talk to them, just being there for them, that helps a lot. It helps us and during this difficult time. I do want to add about the social media use. So I know we all love social media, especially our students, but it is also important to take breaks from social media. Sometimes scrolling can lead to stress or even feelings of inadequacy, and that leads to other kind of damaging or harmful emotions and thoughts. We definitely encourage breaks from social media. Whether it's a couple hours or limit your use during these days. That way you can feel okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to also encourage, I mean, this is just something that I tell my students to do regularly is unplug at least an hour before bed, and kind of just wind down, get a good, bedtime routine going and put the phone away. Just so that we're not going to sleep with potentially, toxic information that might impact the way we sleep that night. And also just to create a healthy sleep space for ourselves.
Sure.
And if you notice, it's all tied together. She mentioned sleep, and what did I mention earlier?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly.
I think something else, too, that would be helpful for everybody is either giving back or volunteering. I know we have the convalescent home here in El Centro. A lot of elderly people they appreciate like beanies, gloves, warm socks, blankets, or even maybe, I don't know, providing like a small, simple meal to the homeless individuals in our community. I know that we have our receiving home, the Betty Jo McNeese, over there by our Imperial County Jail. I'm not sure how many children they have right now, but donating some toys or even spending some time with them, that would be it makes you feel good, but also makes them feel good that people are there for them during the holidays.
Right.
So well, when we talk about giving back too, I think it's helpful to, when we're talking about also connecting with family, why not help a family member also? I know I have elderly grandparents. They're very elderly at this point. And sometimes just sitting with them, that can make all the difference. Or taking them on a walk, like Gato was talking about, connecting with family in that way. I know my grandma loves it when I just come by and we get to sit outside for a little bit. So, and that's something that's very effortless, right? And
right.
And I think our students could use some more one-on-one time with certain family members, just to we talked about unplugging and really connecting. So
Yeah, and even just to maybe, get those stories that they have to preserve that family history.
Yes.
It's I know as a little kid, I spent a great deal of time with my grandparents. They were quite old actually, and they passed away like when I was I guess my grandfather passed when I was like 8, and then my grandmother probably 16 or so. But just to be able to hear about their lives,
different perspectives.
Oh,
too.
it is a different perspective, even from when I was a kid to our students now, or I would imagine even for you, that there's probably
Absolutely.
kind of a huge difference between your growing up experience and those kids that are like, in high school now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and honestly, it makes them so happy. And in turn, I feel like that's one of those things that we don't have to put a lot of effort into, and it can also help us feel happy and enriched. Not just hearing those stories, but doing something that requires very little of us when it means so much to somebody else, right?
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that's really important.
Yeah, I think talking to our grandparents, actually my great grandma's 96 years old.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
And she's pretty healthy, and she actually goes on walks every single day with a walker. But yes, she's
amazing.
very
But she's
yeah.
still mobile. Yeah.
Yes,
She's
it's
still mobile.
amazing.
She looks good. But yeah, I was going to add about talking to our grandparents, to our great grandparents. I love listening to them because I learned from where I came from, right? And it helps me understand why I am the way I am, where I came from, what I can do to break those cycles as well, the generational cycles that get passed on to us, which also affect our mental health as well.
Sure.
And it's nothing bad, right? Sometimes they go through things, we go through things, but it's important to treat ourselves and take care of ourselves so the cycles don't continue, right?
Right, yeah.
But yeah, listening to their stories, how they were raised, like you mentioned, Dr. Tacky, it is very different. Even with our students, I think one of the biggest differences is the social media use. They're constantly connected now throughout the day. With at least when I was in high school, I had to wait to get home to connect to like the chats
Our
or
dial-up internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's funny. It's funny, and I couldn't use the phone because I was
You
on
had
the
to plug it into the
internet.
wall, yeah.
And these kids now, they're connected all the time, so it is very different. Which again, we on the unplugging, like Cassandra said. So it's important. But yeah, I we do encourage to spend time with our not just our elderly, our parents too, our aunts and uncles, whoever's there to talk to us.
So on the social media, I think it's just important to, when we unplug, to still engage in those things that we actually really love to do, hobbies or just things that we enjoy, like maybe reading or cooking, watching a movie, anything that maybe we like to eat, that's okay too. Baking, crafting, those are really great activities to do that don't require a phone and can bring us a lot of joy and allow us to de-stress. Coloring. I know I like to do my makeup. Sometimes it drives my husband crazy. He's like, when are you going to be done? But it's very relaxing for me. And I talk about the mindfulness piece, right? It's one of those things where I'm very in the moment and just focusing on what I'm doing, not thinking about anything. So I think that's important. Just remembering to do the things that you really enjoy that don't require a phone.
So, at the end of the day, if you are having a difficult time, you've practiced a couple of the tips that we've recommended, and you're still struggling, you're still feeling like you need more help, we do recommend seeking professional help. There's a 988 lifeline that it's completely free. You can text, you can call, and they'll connect you to our services here in the county. It is a 24/7 lifeline that's available for everybody. We also recommend
What is that number?
988.
Oh, just 988?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Make it really easy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So 988
988.
is the lifeline. Okay.
Yeah. So kind of like 911, but
Yeah.
except 988.
988.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
I think it used to be a longer number, right?
Yes.
And then they cut it down to 988.
All right.
Yeah, super easy and simple. And then we also recommend Saluna, which is
love Saluna.
it's a mental health app in the state of California. Again, completely free. It's for our youth. They provide mental health support. You can connect with people through the chat. Everything is protected, and I believe they'll review the message before it's released. So no harmful message will be published in the chat. And they'll also connect the student or individual to our local services if necessary.
Yeah, I love to tell our students about Soluna because obviously they love the phone and having an app that makes mental health services accessible. But I love it too because you can schedule appointment with a professional, or you can do drop-in appointments. So I think it makes it very easy. And there's also other little app like quirks, like they do the horoscope, they look at your signs, and I know the kids really like that stuff too. It can be really interesting. So also I like to recommend not just our local services like Pearl County Behavioral Health, but and like Intercare and Trinity. But I really like to let people know that there's a website called psychologytoday.com. You can literally filter all your searches down to what kind of therapist you're looking for, what kind of insurance you have, if you're wanting a male or a female, what kind of therapy they provide, or what kind of topics they address, or what their specialties are, and it filters it to your location. You put in your zip code, and I think it's really helpful. It narrows it down because when we're looking for a provider, that can be overwhelming too, and not knowing who to call. They have a profile on this website. You get to read what they're about, and you get a little sense of what they can provide for you. And then it has their number, and a lot of them do telehealth appointments. Some people prefer in person, but I know for our more anxious crowd, they like the telehealth.
Sure.
Yeah, because they don't have to necessarily go into an office. That can feel really intimidating. So they pop up on the phone, on the computer. It's helpful for parents also that don't just have, Medi-Cal, but have like an insurance that requires you to go through all these steps, and it even shows you which providers show insurance. It's just a really great tool for people seeking help that is outside of the Valley. I know sometimes that can be a challenge too. So
That's great.
yes.
And of course, we're available upon returning from winter break. We're here, Cassie and I, to provide those services for our students. Remember that we are located inside the library and the Career Center. So when you enter the library, instead of going left, you go to the right.
Excellent. Well, this has been really, really great having you here today, and hope your holiday is great.
Yours too.
Thank you. So
Thank you, Dr. Taki.
Yes, thank you so much.
absolutely, that was a great segment. As was mentioned earlier, being involved with music is a great stress reliever, and we have a lot of students in the Spartan Sound Productions classes that create incredible music. So next, we have some Spartan Sound Production students sharing their holiday music choices from the holiday music created by Spartan Sound Production students. All of the music they will share can be found on the Spartan Sound Productions YouTube channel at youtube.com/@Spartan Sound Productions. That's youtube.com/@Spartan Sound Productions. And here they are.
Hello, I'm Dom.
I'm Felipe.
And I'm Evan.
And we're all part of Spartan Sound Productions. You have heard us here before on Valley Vibes, first as hosts discussing the music on Spartan Sound Productions' YouTube channel, and then as guests recording our reactions to hearing a classic rock song for the very first time. Today we are returning to the YouTube channel, but with the selections all being holiday songs created by Spartan Sound Productions students. First up is Jingle D by Ariel.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Jingle bells, one horse open sleigh.
Hey, Merry Christmas to y'all boys. Hope y'all living right. Santa Clement, Theo, Chenny, yeah, late at night. Y'all getting cold for Christmas if you ain't being nice. It's time to light up my tree with the Christmas lights. Jingle bells, grant wishes like a wishing well. Jingle bells, don't be naughty cause Santa can tell. Jingle bells, Santa got the intel. Jingle bells, Santa on the roof and he almost fell. Nick fill up my stockings for the Christmas. He gave me everything that was on my wish list. PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. I got everything I wanted granted, what more could I wish? Jingle bells, grand wishes like a wishing well. Jingle bells, don't be naughty, cause Santa can tell. Jingle bells, you know Santa got the intel. Jingle bells, Santa on the roof, and he almost jingle bells riding on the sleigh. Yeah, opening my gifts Christmas Day. Yeah, holiday shopping, I don't play. Yeah, that's Santa walking on your roof, don't need to be afraid. Rudolph light up the way with his red nose. Hershey kiss, I ain't talking about no mistletoe. You know Santa, he come from the North Pole. Riding on the sleigh and he yelling, ho, ho, ho. Hey, stacking up my candy canes. Santa got a list, yeah, he got all the names. It's the season to be jolly, don't be a lame. You know Rudolph gon' be playing all the reindeer games. Jingle bells, grand wishes like a wishing well. Jingle bells, don't be naughty, cause Santa can tell. Jingle bells, you know Santa got the intel. Jingle bells, Santa on the roof, and he almost...
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Jingle bells, jingle bells, one horse open sleigh.
Guys, so let's talk about Jingle D. So, well, Dom, what's your first impression of this song?
Definitely very like what's that one rapper's name? Is it, I want to say EBK or something like that? Very like EBK coded, like I don't want to say thuggish, but very very like I don't know. It was like
It was good.
yeah, it had that
We
like
can't deny it was good.
it was really good. Yeah,
It was. I wasn't expecting that at the start.
me neither. Yeah, but that the remix with like the holiday and then he was listing off his Christmas list and that was actually pretty good.
It was good.
But
Like, you almost forget he's talking about Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like, you could have that, like, in your playlist.
yeah, and you just wouldn't even notice. And also very professional. Like it looked like it was done with time and care. Like it really, really did take a
Yeah,
like
you
a person with experience to make this.
Yeah, you can tell that they put their heart and soul into it, and that's what's so great about it. And definitely, like, listen to more of Ariel's stuff.
Yeah. Ariel, also known as Days, he's released a lot of music, and the way that I found about him was I was actually scrolling through TikTok, and he showed up, and I saw that a bunch of my friends were following him, and I was like, oh, that's strange. Like, why so many people following him? But I checked out his TikTok, and I was like, this sounds like a professional music maker. But I started thinking, I was like, wait, this is my guy from English. Like, I know this guy, but he very good. He makes very good music. Like,
Yeah. Production was really clean. I
Yeah.
loved it.
like all these remixes are pretty good.
All right, guys. So that was Jingle D by Ariel.
Up next, we have God Rest Ye Merry Beavis and Butthead by Russ Butler.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Bethlehem in Israel, His blessed babe was born, and laid within a manger upon this blessed morn. The richest mother Mary did nothing take in scorn. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Fear not then, said the angel, let nothing you affright. This day is born a Savior of a pure virgin bright, to free all those who trust in Him from Satan's power and might. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
All right, that was God Rest Ye Merry, Beavis and Butthead. That was holy. That was
Yeah, that was a trip.
yeah.
I think about it, and I hear this, and then I think about last podcast, which was the Taranze with Turkey.
Oh yeah,
and like it gives out that vibe.
The when Alana was fighting a turkey. I remember that, yeah. But butthead, like, but
it seems
that was
like
crazy. Yeah, I actually grew up, but as a kid, I did watch a lot of Beavis and Butthead, so it was kind of funny, like looking back on this, because
it brings back memories.
Yeah, like Beavis and Butthead was always such a funny show. It was aired on Adult Swim, no?
Yeah, it was.
Like
it was aired on basically any
adult
any
cartoon.
Channel,
Yeah.
any channel, and it was really funny. So listening to this, it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, it was definitely funny, and it was long. I did not expect it to be that long. Yeah.
Yeah, for what it was really long.
Yeah, you know what Beavis and Butthead reminds me of though? Squidbillies. Like I don't know if you guys seen that. I think it's newer.
I haven't heard about that.
You've never heard of Squidbillies?
No.
It's basically just like these little alien dudes or squids that are hillbillies, and it's like kind of the same animation. But it'd be cool to see like a Christmas song, but Squidbillies version. That'd be cool.
All right, so that was the song.
All right, last up we got "The Climb" by Chris D and Seth V.
Okay, so that was the climb. So like, what do you guys think about it?
It was definitely a lot more like music based instead of like lyrics. So I think it was more just beats this
Yeah,
time.
instrumental. Yeah.
Yeah. Like something. Then you'd rap on it, or
No,
I'd rap. I don't know.
I don't know about rap. It sounded more like of a soundtrack to like a video game, like Zelda. You know,
Yeah, Breath of the Wild, something like that.
Ooh, never played that game, but
you ever played Breath into the Wild?
no. Why does it have music like that?
Yes,
does.
it's all like that.
Adventures, you know.
Yeah, that song is actually it does sound adventurous. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really like games like that, and I feel like a track like that with music like this I'd get tired of it.
No, but you have to understand, like, not all of the songs would sound like that. Like, Breath to the Wild, like, it has so many, it has, like, a variety of, like, songs. And,
Yeah.
like, I'm saying, like, this is, like, how it would be.
Yeah, this had like a what was it, a flute in it? It was like
Yeah, it was, like, a flute.
Yeah.
But, like, very, like, dramatic. Like, it was, like, super fast-paced.
yeah.
Like, almost like a boss fight type of, like, deal.
yeah, most definitely. Like
Yeah, I loved it.
it was. All right. Well, that was The Climb by Chris D and Seth.
Okay, guys. So before we end this segment, we just want to take a minute to talk about Christmas, because I mean it's coming up.
Yeah.
And Christmas break is coming up, which means 2 weeks of just sleeping,
Relaxing,
just
yeah.
sleeping. That's all I'm waiting for. I just want to sleep. I don't even. Okay, I'm not gonna say I don't care about Christmas, but definitely. I'm looking forward more to like the sleeping and just relaxing.
Yeah, because these finals got me messed up. Like, I've been having these sleepless nights because I'm just so stressed about all these finals.
Yeah.
But I've pulled through many of them. I already took like 4 finals. Like, I'm ready to be done with this. Just ready to enjoy this break.
It's just like so much weight lifted off your shoulders. when
Yeah,
you're
no,
going.
most definitely. So it's always such a big expectation to have these good grades, but they never really think about how like maintaining these grades keep you.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what are you guys' plans for the break?
So actually, I got some tios and tias from Dakota. They're gonna be coming down here, so it's like a 24-hour drive. They'll be coming down here just to visit us. But I know I also have some party plans with my homie Phil here. So
yeah.
can't I'm looking forward to that. Like, can't wait.
Am I invited?
Of course.
I mean, you got it, man. This is Mex. You like you like
go to
Mex?
Mex?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right,
I bet.
Then I better see you there.
Okay.
What about you guys? What do you guys have planned for?
Well, like you just said, like we have some plans going on, like just to hang out, have fun. But honestly, I just want to sleep in, and obviously, Christmas is coming up, so I'm just gonna hang out with my family. I didn't ask anything for Christmas because I mean I'm too old for that. But
Yeah, me too. I just kind of like let them assume what I wanted, and usually it's gonna either be money, clothes, or like a pair of shoes that I asked for a long time ago.
yeah, but
Right.
but you'd be surprised how many kids like our age still ask for stuff.
Yeah, actually, today in my advisory class, I was hearing these kids talk about their Christmas list, and I was like, "You have a Christmas list?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, it's gonna like a little old for that, but I'm not gonna judge. You know what?
Yeah, to each their own.
We listen, we don't judge. All right."
Yeah, so I mean, my plans are just pretty simple: just hang out with friends and family and just sleep. What about you, Evan?
Yeah, you.
My plans this year is to, I think, maybe go to Yuma and visit family there and, celebrate it there.
You're gonna celebrate like over there in Yuma?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe have a little bonfire.
Oh,
open
I
presents.
love bonfires.
Yeah, they said they have presents for us over there. It's gonna be a good time.
They don't got nothing for you. They lying. Actually, but like piggybacking off bonfires, I really love bonfires during the winter time. It's definitely one of my favorite, like, I don't know what would you call it, like little events.
It's like a pastime, like activity.
Yeah, I love bonfires with all my heart.
Yeah.
And some people complain about smelling like the smoke, but I actually really enjoy the scent of the smoke in like my jackets. But
Yeah. It just gives you that not like that winter feel.
yeah, I feel like authentic winter man when I work. You know what I mean? Like, they should make it into cologne, something smoky. That'd be sick.
All right, guys. So that was it for the podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and we hope to talk to you guys soon.
Later, and have a happy Christmas.
Woo!
This program was produced and brought to you by Spartan Sound Productions. Special thanks to our guests, mental health specialist Cassandra Cosent and Carolina Gonzalez. Also, our guests from Spartan Sound Productions, Dominic Ramos, Felipe Castro, and Evan Harper. We'd also like to thank Dr. Thomas Taki, creator and executive producer of Spartan Sound Productions, the administration of Central Union High School, Mr. Javier Fimbres, and Power 98 for hosting us, and to you, the listeners.